Welcome to Lineup Lab. Today we're going to show our new UI for baseball season. To start, let's take a look at the overall layout. On the top section we have our schedules table, and on the bottom we have our player table. In the schedules table you'll see some new icons. We have some wind direction and speed. These directional arrows are relative to the park's layout, so straight up means straight out to center field. We also have some weather icons. So if the chance of precipitation is over 40%, we'll start color coding those games, starting at yellow, then orange, and then red, just to give you an easy sense of which games to avoid. We also have all of the Vegas data included. So we have the total run line for each game, as well as the odds for each team. Finally, on our schedules table, we have the slate buttons. Now, these slate buttons allow you to switch between slates very easily. You can choose a contest type in Fanduel and make sure you're only calculating for that particular slate on our side. Let's take a quick look at our filters tab. Here you can add or remove players based on things like salary or points. This will update the table below automatically. And we also have this feature called confirm players only. So throughout the day, as lineups are announced by the game managers, if you want, you can turn this on and it will only show players that have been confirmed. We're doing this a few days before opening day, so of course none of the hitters have been confirmed. So a great feature if you want to stay safe and make sure you're not playing anybody that's not starting or hasn't been announced. Down here on the players table, we can see a few things. We can search for any player. We have a lot of new stats. So let's go through those. We have, of course, projected points, which you can manually edit. You have their salary and ratio, number of at-bats for hitters, and then basic hitting stats like average all the way up to WOBA. And then what's really nice this year is that we have the opposing pitcher stats included. So the opposing pitcher's WHIP, xFIP, ERA, as well as park rank. And so this is relative to the position we're looking at. So if we're looking at hitters, which we are, then the park rank is in order from best to worst. So number one being the best, being course field, right, for hitters. We can easily switch between positions using this positional button. If I want to switch to pitchers, I can see the pitchers today. If I want to look at individual positions, I can do that as well, or I can look at all hitters. Excluded players will go in this tab, so if you don't want somebody in your lineup, you can remove them and they will be sent to your excluded tab. You can remove all, which I know a lot of users really enjoy that ability to be able to really calculate optimal lineups based on just their research, their selection of players. So that feature will always be available to you. Of course, you can lock in a player if you know you want to use him. And let's take a quick look at some of our advanced options in the bottom right. We can see, as always, you can calculate up to 50 lineups. And if you're not familiar with Diversify, you can diversify your results a little bit if you'd like. A lot of times the results will be optimized for points, but the top 10 lineups may be very, very similar to each other. So if you want to introduce a little diversity, you can do that by dragging this up. And you will have more diverse lineups at the expense of some optimization. And finally, we have something called double stacking. So you can always single stack a team if you want to just stack, the Cubs today. You can do that, which is always a good idea. And then if you want to stack a secondary team, you can do that as well. And the system will spit out results that really maximize the number of hitters from those two teams. So this is a really key strategy in tournaments. And then finally, we do have no hitter versus pitcher checked by default. So this just ensures that none of your results will have opposing hitters and pitchers. So you're not playing against yourself. You can uncheck that, of course, if you'd like to. So let's run a quick calculation. The button is floating here in the bottom right. And on the results page, we have a few more convenience features. You can lock a player if you want to recalculate. You can remove players that you don't like and recalculate. You can save your work, and this saves really all of your settings. Even at the pre-calculation stage, you can save your work here as well. And that saves everything that you've been doing, like number of players you've picked, if they're removed, excluded, or if you've imported custom points. So you can always save your work and come back. Really nice feature. And then my personal favorite is the download feature. So you can download a nice formatted list of the results, or you can download an importable CSV, which you can then take directly to Fanduel and import up to 50 lineups at one time. So that is all for now. If you have any questions, give us a holler. We hope you love this version of Lineup Lab as much as we do, and we look forward to seeing you out there. Good luck. Take care.